Hey guys, so this is my 29-week video, my pregnancy update video. So last time we talked, I was 27 weeks. Now we're gonna go over everything from 28 to 29 weeks. And I like to start with fun facts. If you watch my last couple of videos, you know I like to start with fun facts about the baby's development. So the baby is currently the size of a butternut squash. Probably not an organic butternut squash. I had an organic butternut squash a couple weeks ago that was on my counter and it was like this huge. The baby is definitely not this big already. Like that's bigger than me, like wider than me. But anyway, so the baby is about 15 inches head to heel. And they probably weigh about 2.5 to 3 pounds now at this point. The movement, I did have an ultrasound at 28 weeks. And I can't remember, I didn't write it down. I don't remember how much the baby weighed, but I want to say the baby was over 2 pounds at 28 weeks. So at 29 weeks, the baby's closer to 3 pounds. Movement for the baby is way more coordinated. So now 29 weeks, approaching 30 weeks, you should be able to feel like a consistent movement, almost like your baby is in a routine. So they have patterns. So there will be like a period of activity where your baby is awake and you can clearly tell they're awake, and then a period of rest. And if you're like me, the wake periods and the rest periods seem to be the same around the same time day to day. So my baby, in the mornings, she's pretty sleepy. By like 10 in the morning, she's active. Excuse me, I still have burps. I'm very gassy still as a side effect of this pregnancy. So I apologize. By like the afternoon, 12 p.m., it's usually a rest period. And then later on in the day, I feel subtle movements. By 8 to like 3 in the morning, the girl is moving, kicking, flipping, doing all the things. I don't really think she's actually flipping because my baby is currently in the head down position already. So it just, maybe it's like her kicking her feet up my belly. I don't know what she's doing, but it's a crazy movement. And her movement is a lot more coordinated. So your baby's movement might feel like a rhythm to it. You might feel a rhythm to their movement. At this stage, their eyes are more sensitive to light. So their eyes were sensitive to light for the past few weeks, but they're even more sensitive to light. So I did go on vacation at 29 weeks. We were in Florida. I live in New York. So during this time of year, New York is cold. It's sunny, but it's not like you can't wear shorts, or at least I don't wear shorts. But when we were in Florida, I was in shorts, a bathing suit, and it was like the baby could tell that we were like in direct sunlight because my belly was doing the wave, and it felt like she loved feeling the warmth because she was just pushing on my belly. And the light too was probably a lot brighter because I didn't have layers and layers of clothes on. And so the days that I was laying on the beach, my stomach was just going the whole day. So yeah, their eyes are more sensitive to light and their ears are more keen at hearing. I keep looking down because if you watch my past couple videos, I have to write notes because pregnancy brain is a real thing. Today, I was supposed to pick up my prescription. I've been trying to pick this thing up for the past couple days. Drove right home, like past the pharmacy, like completely over my head. So if I'm not writing things down, even when I do write things down, sometimes I forget. I'm super sleepy right now, but I'm trying to stay on track. So their ears are more keen at hearing. Again, they could hear your voice over the past couple weeks, like the past few weeks. I talked about it in my videos around, I want to say 24, 26 weeks is when their hearing starts to kick in. But their hearing is so good now that they should be able to hear your heartbeat. Your little girl or little boy or whatever you're having is listening to your heartbeat right now if you're at this stage in the game. So not only can they hear your voice, not only can they hear loud sounds outside of your body, but they're listening to your heartbeat. And that's like their sense of home. Like that's going to be like their foundation. Like when they come out and they lay on your chest, that's going to give them so much peace. We talked about like a way of bonding with your baby is making a playlist for them so that when they come out and they hear that song that you play every day near your belly, that it gives them a sense of calmness. Well, that's kind of what your heartbeat is doing right now and will do for them when they're born. So it's super exciting. Another fun baby fact is that right now they're accumulating fat. So they're getting chunky. Like we love those like chunky little, my daughter used to have cankles. Like you could not see her ankle. It was just like rolls over where her ankle was supposed to be. And so, in order for your baby to be able to come out, they need to now pack on a bunch of weight. And so that's them putting on a bunch of fat. So they're not just skin and bone when they come out. So they're getting cute and chunky. That's all I really have as, oops, are you still there? Yes. That's all I really have as updates and fun facts with the baby, with what's going on with the baby. Now, as far as what's going on with me at 29 weeks, Like I said, I was on vacation, so I did a lot of walking. We went to Universal. I did not go on any rides just because I did not want to rock the boat. But I did walk around and eat all of the Mardi Gras snacks and drink all of the drinks. But to keep up with my team, there were days I was walking like over 15,000 steps. And so by the third day, I was like, I can't do no more. So the last 2 days I laid like on the beach. But the walking was very draining for me. It did make me feel sleepy. It did make like my back was hurting, my feet was hurting. I felt so much pressure, like the baby felt heavier than usual just because of all that walking. Normally my, I stopped working. So starting this week, I'm not working anymore. But usually when I was working, my goal would be 7 to 10,000 steps a day. So 15,000 is like way more than I'm used to. And right now, this week, last week was 15,000. This week, it's like really bad because I stayed home all week, and I'm trying to get into a stay-at-home mom schedule again. So like get organized, plan out what my days will look like. So next week will be much better. I've averaged like 2,000 steps a day this week, which my bad. My voice was getting worse. 2,000 steps a day, which is not the greatest goal. You should really try to be active in your pregnancy. Don't overdo it, but you should not be still. Like you should be moving. Make sure your body is getting the exercise you need. So one of my goals is to, starting next week, to schedule in a daily walk. Because when I was working at the daycare, we would take the kids outside. So I was like running, I was doing laps around the blacktop outside. I was constantly moving. My daughter goes to school. My husband goes to work. So when I'm home, my house is not very big. I live in a small little house that's just the right size for the few of us. And so walking around my house doesn't get much steps in. So that's going to be a goal of mine, is to go on daily walks. So yeah. At 29 weeks, the pressure from all of the walking I did, the pressure of the baby felt way heavier than normal. One of the biggest things I had to deal with this week was like solidifying my choice. So deciding between having a C-section or a VBAC. And I'm going to do a whole nother video on why I chose what I chose. But I chose a VBAC. I've had 2 C-sections in the past. And I just felt like, if you're given the opportunity to let your body do what it's made to do, why not take that opportunity? I've had a very traumatic birth. If you go and look at my past videos, I've not had the easiest pregnancy or motherhood journey, but I realized that this pregnancy is very different than my last one, or the one before that, or the one before that. And so I did not want to make a decision to have a C-section, because that decision would have been made out of fear of what's happened in the past, out of trauma. My body, I trust my body, I trust my God. My body was made to be a vessel to bring humans, God-fearing humans into this world, little children into this world. And so I'm not planning a home birth. I plan at delivering at a birthing center. So there'd be midwives, there'd be an OBGYN, there'd be a doula there, there'd be an anesthesiologist there, there'd be a whole lot of people there just in case. But for me, nothing felt right about choosing a C-section, especially the fact that I've given full control to the hospital before, and then I came, like, it didn't go the way I thought it would go. I lost my child. They messed up. So it doesn't feel good to be like, okay. And again, this is a totally different hospital, totally different practice, totally different county, a whole, like 2 hours away from where this whole other pregnancy situation happened. Birth, baby, all of that happened. But for me to be able to stay in control, for me to be able to keep my peace, I need to trust what my body can do, not what doctors can do. Yeah, there's doctors there if I need them, but that was another reason why I decided to stop working, was so that over the next 9 weeks, 10 weeks, I can really focus on my mental health, my spiritual health, and my physical health, to prepare for, I think I just spit, sorry, to prepare to bring this baby into the world. Not to be told what to do, but to listen to my body, to quiet the noise, to focus, to hear God, and to birth. Yeah, I know you guys didn't ask for that, but I shared it anyway. Again, I'm gonna do, I believe, a whole nother video going more into detail, going more into my reasons. I felt like that was a lot that I just gave you, but just in case you want to know more, I will do a video on more the pros and cons of VBAC versus C-section versus a repeat C-section, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'm really focused this week, week 29, on letting go of all these things that feel like I have to do, and reprioritizing myself, my body, and my family as like, and before that, God comes above all that, but prioritizing my health, myself, my body, and my family over all the other tasks that I felt I had to do. I don't have to do those. I need to be present. I need to be focused. I need to be mommy. I have another child coming into this world, and so they're going to need the best parts of me. So this week felt good because it was like vacation and reprioritizing and letting go of things that won't serve me in this next season that I'm walking into. I need to be prepared. So yeah, that's basically all that's going on with me at week 29. Like I said, the baby is in the head down position. She's getting big. I did have another ultrasound with my high risk doctor, and she said that everything looks good. Even with the single umbilical artery, that the baby is putting on weight as expected. Like, she's tracking as if her umbilical cord had 2 arteries. So sometimes, and we talked about this in my last video, sometimes the fear with babies who have a single umbilical artery is that they won't gain enough weight, or they won't be getting enough blood flow through the cord or enough nutrition. But this baby is growing. This baby is growing right at the perfect rate, right where they're supposed to be, measuring where she's supposed to be, and doing all the things that the doctors want her to do when they look at the ultrasounds. So it's very exciting. And the last note that I have here is like a fun fact. So my new craving, everybody says, oh, what are you craving? Like, when they find out you're pregnant, that's one of the questions I'm constantly asked is, what are your fun cravings? So chocolate hummus is a thing. And you probably saw it already because I made a short on it when I discovered this. But yeah, my husband brought home chocolate hummus. My husband is a foodie. He loves to try new things. I like to eat what I know. But after living with him, we've been living together for 10 years. So I have learned that he has a beautiful taste palette. And so I usually will try something once if he brings it home, or if we're out to eat and he orders something, I'll try it before I say I don't like it. I might make a face before I try it, but I always try it because I've been blown away. So he brought home chocolate hummus. I like chickpeas. I like hummus. I don't normally eat them like that. He's always eating hummus. I eat it once in a blue moon. And so he brought home strawberries and chocolate hummus, and I was like, what the heck? But I tried it, and you guys, it was so good. It was so good, that I've been eating it every day. I had chocolate strawberries and hummus with my breakfast this morning. And it's like such a good snack because it's not just chocolate. It's actually hummus. It's made with chickpeas, so there's protein. And it tastes just like dark chocolate does. Somehow they made the chickpeas taste like dark chocolate. So I dip my strawberry in there and I eat almost a whole, this sounds really bad, but almost a whole little tube of it. It's in a little container, so it's not that bad. But I would implore you, especially if you're pregnant and you like strawberries and you like chocolate, to go to your local market, your local grocery store, see if they have chocolate hummus. And if they do, try it. Try it and then come back and let me know what you think, because I think it is like the best thing. Like, I have to go tomorrow and buy more because I basically finished the container this morning and there's not going to be enough for me for the weekend. So that's like my one thing that I want right now is I don't want chips. I don't want anything except strawberries and chocolate hummus. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys this week. I will catch up with you next week. We are into our 10-week countdown. And again, baby is head down. So we'll see the baby soon. We'll see the baby soon. We'll have the baby soon. It feels so good to be here. So good to be here. So good to be at the finish line. Yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, a good day, a good week, a good year, a good moment. Bye, guys.